Hey everyone, my name is Elias Rubin, and it's about to rain, and I'm very excited because washing away all the tears. This is a thing! So for those of you that watch my channel, you know that I recently made a video called Change is Good, question mark. It was all about me talking and venting about how much I hate change. So this is kind of a part 2 to that video, I suppose. So, update. Let me just start out by filling you in on everything that's been going on recently. I am not in Paris, first of all. I'm back in New York. Basically, what happened was I was supposed to go to Paris, but I got sick, and it got to the point where I wasn't really sleeping much. I was very tired all the time. My skin was really irritated, which is why I wasn't sleeping as much. And the week before I was supposed to fly to Paris, I went to the doctor who prescribed me some medicine, and then the medicine didn't really work, so I went to another doctor who gave me more medicine, and then the medicine started to work. But the thing is that I was deemed non-contagious on the day that my flight to Paris was supposed to be. So my parents and I were like, no, because if I was to go to Paris, the medical factor would have been too big of a risk. So we canceled it a few days before I was supposed to go. So then I thought I was going to be staying in Los Angeles, and I was getting very comfortable with that idea. Then I had a phone call with one of my very good friends, and she and I were talking, and I was telling her about what was going on with me, and she basically just said, why don't you just come back to New York? And I was like, yeah. The thought had just never entered my mind. Within the time span of 48 hours, I had canceled my NYU Paris thing. I had moved it over to New York. I had signed up for all my classes, and I had booked a flight. The one thing that I wasn't able to do was find housing because NYU housing was unavailable at the time, and I wasn't able to find an apartment unless I was actually in New York. So my parents and I made the decision for me to come to New York. Well, actually, I made the decision, I guess. My parents said they would support me either way. They had a preference for me to come back just to continue with my studies, but I made the final decision to come. So I booked a flight on Tuesday night. Thursday morning, I flew out of Los Angeles. Cut to 15 hours later, because of layovers and canceled flights, I landed in New York. And 12 hours after that, I went to my first day of the semester for acting training classes. So as of right now, I do not have a place of my own. I've been couch surfing for the past 2 weeks. I was staying with one of my friends, and then a few days after that, I moved to another one of my friends, and now I'm staying at one of my mom's friend's parents' apartments. And it's been very interesting. It's been very interesting continuously jumping around from place to place. Because as I said in my last video, I don't like change. I like to feel grounded. I like to have a place that I can go home to and decompress from the day or whatever, do my homework, take naps. And it's been very difficult and interesting, I guess, to have to rely on other people. Just because it's kind of like a loss of my independence at the moment because I'm not able to go back to my home, to my apartment, to wherever I'm living. For example, if you attend NYU and you don't live in the residence halls, then you have to be tapped in by someone who does live in the residence halls in order to enter said residence hall. So basically, anytime that I wanted to go back to the place that I was staying for the first time, she or someone else would have to come downstairs and tap me in, and I would have to rely on them in order for me to get back into where I was staying. The place that I was just at, my other friend, he leaves his door unlocked, so I was able to just go and come whenever I need to. And now I'm staying on the Upper West Side. My mom's friend's parents are currently out of town, so they gave me a key. So now I have a 30-minute commute to and from campus every day. It's not bad at all. And I have a bed this time because the first time I was on a blow-up mattress, and then I was on a futon, and now I'm on an actual bed, and it's just weird to have a bed again. I don't know. There's something about sleeping on an actual mattress that is so comforting that I wasn't aware of how it was to not have that. So I've been looking at apartments, which is so difficult. Apartment hunting is so hard, especially when you need one ASAP. I've seen a few places, and some of them have been cool, some of them have been not so great. There's one place in Chinatown that I'm looking at, and there are some other places that I've yet to look at or that I have seen that I'm interested in. I'm going to be rooming with one of my friends. And something that I've really had to do recently a lot has been I've had to surrender myself, in the sense that, fun fact about me, I'm a very big control freak. I like to control every aspect of my life, and when I don't have that control, I feel like I need to get it back. And if I don't have it, then I'm missing something or I'm not doing something right. So the fact that I am quite literally unable to control where I live at the moment, in the sense of not being able to choose. Well, I mean, I am able to choose where I live. So having to surrender has been a very big thing in my life as of recently, and it's something that I'm not used to, and being out of control is something that I'm not used to, and just having to just kind of be like in the moment. When I was younger, I would always ask my parents at the dinner table, what's the plan for tomorrow? Because the idea of not knowing what was going to happen caused me anxiety. This one time, I was at my elementary school, and my mom told me she was going to pick me up after school, and then I was surprised at the end of school by being invited to my friend's birthday party, which was happening right then and there, and I like broke out into tears because the sheer thought of like the surprise like caused such anxiety or something that like it just threw me into shock. So I've just been really trying to like take it one step at a time and stick with it and not give up. I've been on quite a few phone calls with my parents where I haven't necessarily been the most cohesive and coherent because I've just been so upset at the situation that I'm in. This is just one of those things where like if you're ever in this situation, just take it one step at a time. I just have to keep on telling myself that I'm going to find an apartment eventually. I'm not couch surfing for the rest of my life. Hopefully. I had a really great conversation with one of my friends a few nights ago, and she and I were just talking about the situation, how like it's a murky situation, but it's going to get better eventually. It's just the waiting and the change and the everything else. Yeah, so that's that. Take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves. It's something that I've had to learn how to do very recently, and a lot of that. English? What? Okay, see you all next time. Bye! Bye, Felicia.